Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be watching a couple of replays I played today with the T20. The first one of which is in Mayan Ruins. As you can see, we're up against tier 8s, and this tank is not really a tank to go 1 versus 1 with any other tank, really. So you'll see here in the first part, us 3 mediums are gonna go and we're gonna gangbang a Panzer we found lying down in the middle of a field. Now, unless you have some teammates to take the hits for you, this is not a good tank. It doesn't have too much maneuverability, the gun's quite poor. It's got good alpha damage, good penetration, however the reload rate is not great. Mobility is nothing to write home about, however it's not too bad, it is a medium tank. It's just an all-rounder, not great but not bad tank. Now, what it does have is very good gun depression, which we're gonna go to very good use here. The Indian Panzer is cut out in the middle of the field, so that's some easy pickings. The Comet and I are just shredding that guy. One more shot should do it, there we go. Now, as you can see on the other side of the map, we've got one heavy tank, one destroyer, and one heavy tank up against all the enemy team except for this T-43. So it's important we clear him as fast as possible to be able to go to the other side and help. However, the T-43 escapes, since we cannot go after him. And now we can see he's moving towards our heavy tank, our IS, so we're gonna try and intercept him. Note here, I'm trying to go to the high ground so I can use my gun depression and get cover easier. The Comet does not do that, and he most definitely suffers the consequences. Now, we can all 3 aim at him, very good. Now, the tanks are coming through, and here I don't actually shoot at the IS-3. And that's not because I didn't have the reflexes, but rather I thought that by letting the enemy tanks go into the open field I would have a better shot, and I did not know if that would take more than 6.7 seconds. The Tiger 2 and the IS-3 both charge at the Comet and he dies very quickly. And something you do need to have if you want to improve your statistics is premium ammunition. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm going through those 2 tanks with my normal armor piercing from in front. However, I can see I've got an IS-3 behind me and the IS-3 is pushing against me, so I track him, trying to go for the penetration and damaging shot there, but I couldn't penetrate him. I fall back to make sure he doesn't out-DPN me, because I couldn't do much to his frontal armor, and now he's distracted with my IS-3. I can pop out, see what's happening, and as I see I can take no shots, I take back cover. Now on the other side of the map we've got 2 medium tanks against 2 heavies. You would think they would be able to win, however they don't. So it is important that we clear these tanks as fast as possible. Actually they do, I think. It doesn't matter, the IS-3 charges us, we manage to evade him, shoot him, and now we're gonna escape. We can have the backing of our team without having to be in the line of fire of the enemy. Here's something very good I do. I go this direction, then I stop once I'm unspotted, and I go back my tracks. And what this does is it makes the enemy think I'm going in one direction when actually I'm going in the other direction. The IS-3 probably doesn't expect me to be here, so I can take this opportunity to move up, get the high ground, and shoot him in the side. I do make a bit of a mistake there. I could have gotten away with shooting him without getting shot back. However, now I have the opportunity to shoot at the Tiger 2 also, so I take that shot. And as you can see, we've got 1 heavy and 1 medium behind me, and the STA to my right. The Tiger's gonna camp me now, so there's nothing I can do right now. I can't go anywhere. I'm just gonna wait for the STA-1 to push. The heavy tanks will eventually realize they're getting flanked by a medium, and as soon as they go backwards, I can push forwards and get their sides. The IS-3 just shot at the STA-1, so I can go out and get a shot on him. The Comet puts him down to a 1-shot, so I take that shot and make it count. And then the Tiger 2 gets dealt with there at the bottom. As you can see, this was not an amazing battle. I didn't do anything extraordinarily good. I just followed some simple rules. Don't get shot when you shoot, move around so they can't shoot you, look at the minimap and see where the enemies are. However, that being said, we did manage to finish top of the battle by damage. We didn't get as much experience as the comment, as he got 4 kills. However, by damage we did get first, and I'm pretty happy with the result. Now let's go to the second battle, which is against tier 7s and 6s instead of tier 8s. Welcome to the second battle, and in this one, as I said before, we're facing tier 7s and 6s. And this battle is more... I put this battle here to show you guys how to brawl, how to go 2 versus 3 and actually win the confrontation, how to use the terrain to your advantage, use the tank to your advantage, make sure you are outplaying the enemy in this close quarters. I'm going to this hill because the tank's got good suppression, as mentioned before, and we put a good snapshot into that AMX. And now, as you can see here, it's 2 versus 3 actually. It's me, the T-20, and the T-3485 against the 3 enemy tanks. However, they are making some very, very crucial mistakes here. We're charging against us 1 by 1, which gives us the opportunity to come at them, shoot them slowly, and not miss our shots. Now we have the backing of Challenger behind us, and to our left are 2 heavy, a medium and a heavy. If you look at the minimap, top left corner, you can see 2 heavies rushing forwards. They are not spotting anything, which means that all the enemy tanks are around this area. This means we need to hold our position, let our team flank around, pincer them in a maneuver, and have them completely surrounded. Now I'm getting a bit blocked by this T-3485, but no hard feelings. In these situations, it's very important to know where all the enemies are. It's important to keep an eye on the minimap after every single shot, and if you were to do so, you would see there are an enemy medium tank just died. And this 3 tanks here, which is half the enemy team right now, is getting trapped by me up here, and the tank destroyer behind me. And looking at the minimap, I see the Tiger 1 pushing forward, so I take that opportunity and shoot him in the side. And now I see this AMX, who's either a 2-shot or 1-shot, depending on my roll. I get a very lucky hit there, put him down to a 1-shot. And now it's just basic cleanup. It's 4 versus 0. I mean, 7 versus 3. 7 versus 2. Only this T-25-2 and Pantera left. No P-43 tier. Now I just go forwards, shoot him, track him. If you can, always track the enemy with your shots. It's one of the more important things to learn. He shoots me in the track, actually. And now I need to wait, go back, shoot him again. And now it's just a brawl 1 versus 1. I mean, as soon as I go down here, he's gonna probably miss his shots, put a challenge with him, and the challenge finishes him off. And this wasn't as good as a result as the previous battle, however it does go to show how even when you're outnumbered in a close quarters brawl, as long as you keep your eye on the minimap and looking at where the enemy team is, where your team is, who just shot, and how long the reload is, you can get very good results, as long as you also use the terrain and your tank to your advantage. Hope you liked today's video, see you guys tomorrow!